All right, guys, this is Mr. H. I am going to do a couple of problems from day 2 assignment. And just to give you guys an idea of how to use the exponent rules, remember you only have to choose 12. Whoops. You only have to choose 12 and you get to decide which ones they are. So I decided that I was going to do number 8 from the front, and then I'm going to do number 18 on the back. So let me do 8 here. I'm going to try to make it a little larger here. So now, first thing, when you see parentheses, you should handle those first. PEMDAS always says handle parentheses. So when you have parentheses and an exponent outside the parentheses, it's almost like distribution. So what you're going to do is everything inside, every exponent inside gets multiplied by the 3. So remember, an exponent raised to a power in the sky, you take the 2 exponents and you multiply. So in this example right here, you should see that everything gets multiplied by 3. All right, so this is going to be 2. Remember, the 2 has an exponent. It's 2 to the 1 power. So 1 times 3 is 3, so this is going to be 2 to the 3rd power. And then this is going to be n. A negative 1 times 3 is going to be a negative 3. And then we're going to do the same thing for the other parentheses. We're going to multiply a negative 1 times 2. So this is going to be times n to the negative 2. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use the product rule. We're going to simplify. 2 to the 3rd power is going to be 8. And then we're going to have n. So when you see a product, you simplify components, you keep the same base, and you add the exponent. So we're going to add a negative 3 plus a negative 2. So this is going to be 8n to the negative 5th power. And the last thing we need to do to get rid of the negative exponent, remember, rule number 4, and I ain't no snitch, but when I see a negative, I flip it, I switch. So I'm going to flip this negative part to the bottom, and I'm going to make it a positive 5. So that's my answer, 8 over n to the 5th. Now remember, you flip it, this would be a 1 down here. So the 1 would go up top, so 8 times 1 is still just 8. So 8 over n to the 5th power. That's how you would do that. So remember, you're flipping, if it's a negative exponent, you flip it and you switch the sign. All right, so let me go to the next one. That one is going to be number 18, and it's y to the 0 power divided by 2x squared times, parentheses, a negative 2x to the 4th power, y to the 2nd power, raised to the 4th power. It's a lot of exponents in there. But what you should do, guys, is focus on each little piece. So even though there's a lot of things going on there, you got to focus on the little piece and do it a piece at a time. Very first thing I'm going to do, anything to the 0 power has got to be 1. So I'm just going to put this over 1. And then I'm going to do the distribution part just like I did in the previous problem. Remember, an exponent raised to a power in the sky. You take the 2 exponents and you multiply. So in this example that I do a door, everything inside the parentheses is going to get multiplied by 4, right? So we got a negative 2 to the 1 power, we got x to the 4th power, y to the 2nd power. So I'm going to go 4 to the 1 power. So this is going to be, I'm just rewriting this over here. So that's 2x squared, but I've got 4 times 1. So this is going to be 2, a negative 2 to the 4th power. And then this is going to be x times 4 times 4. That's going to be 16. And then we got 4 times 2. So that's going to be y to the 8th power. So now we've gotten rid of the parentheses. So now what we're going to do is a negative 2 to the 4th power is going to be 16. So 16 times 2, this is going to be 1. We're going to have 32 on the bottom. And then we have x squared times x to the 16th. And then we got y to the 8th. We're almost done. We just got to simplify the x's. And the rule we're going to use is, since there's multiplication between them, it's the product rule. So when you see a product, you simplify components, you keep the same base, you add the exponents. So our final answer, I'm going to write this in blue, it's going to be 132. This is 2 plus 16, so that's going to be x to the 18th power, and then we got y to the 8th power. There's no negative exponents, so we're all done. That's it. So remember, get rid of the parentheses first. Once you've gotten rid of the parentheses, the numbers that you have, go ahead and simplify those, combine those, and then start to focus on the same variables, and then combine those. Either you're dividing or you're multiplying, but you're going to be doing something in that respect. Okay, guys, I hope this is helpful. I'm going to sign off.